Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles and this is my deck breakdown for OP-06. OP-06 is almost hitting the west and I just want to give my deck that I'm going to play. I finally made up my mind, so I really just wanted to show you my deck list in case you guys need some inspiration for your own. I'm going to explain the reasons behind every single card, and then I'm just going to call out two cards that I believe that could be considered, but I'm gonna explain my reason of not being playing it. I understand that I made an OP-06 guide that showed very early deck lists, but I always said on that video that this was just a prototype. I still wanna test it out more, but I need the sim to update so the west can use the OP-06 and not the EV-01. So you know, if I go to the east, I'm at a disadvantage, so I really can't test this at full power if the other decks have the EV-01 buff. This video does not have gameplay because I really just want to make a quick video on a deck list. I believe that's more digestive for you guys. It's simpler, and really what you guys really want to see most of the time is the deck list, so I'll just get to it. First of all, for 3 Otamas, she's a 2k counter and a 2k power depletion. I play 3 because I play also 3 Sanji. In my OP-06 guide, I did tell you guys about the combo that you can do against NL, but I'm just calling it out right now that that combo does not work as well because NL now abuses Onami and Hiyori combo to just manipulate his life, so that combo could lose its potential if the Onami is the first trigger. So you really need to take care of that, and to be honest, if that triggers early game, you kind of most of the time lose the game because the tempo just starts on the NL side. Still, there is a good value for him. First, you can counter starve with him, and second, he goes really well against decks that stall for game. Most of the time, NL is still a very good option. NL that likes to stall a little bit, so we can start dropping Yamatos and Katakuris on late game. So you can still counter their stall by playing Sanji and activating Sanji ability to just draw from your life. This also helps you to dodge Gadatsu play on your 4 cost characters, which is what you want to do most of the time, because most of the time NL will not attack your lives. He'll just wait and stall for late game. This is also for Queen and sometimes for some Utas. So Sanji still has his value, and that's why I'm playing 3 of each. You could play 4 of the one you prefer and then 2 of the other one. I just play 3 because I love them equally. Zoro is the rush of the deck. Obviously in EV-01 you're gonna be playing 4 Zoros and 4 Kiden Killers. Right now, he's the only one that actually has good synergy with the deck when it comes to rushers. So we're playing for him. He's just good all around, and you really, in this meta, you really need to kind of accelerate as much as you can. That's why Sanji is also good, because he takes your lives, accelerating a game to a later state. And Zoro can just make early pressure. Not only that, if you're going against a big removal, Perona, Sakazuki, whatever, you can just drop him, attack, and he gets his value. He just gets his value. It's a simple value, but it's always good. So yeah, Shuraiya, you need 4 of these because you are going to be playing against Yamato. Yamato is actually a very strong deck, and that deck does actually counter you. As soon as she makes the first swing, if you take your first 2 lives, you will be in a pickle, let me tell you that. So if you can search for Shuraiya on your first turn and you can go first, you can just drop Shuraiya, block the first attack with Shuraiya, and then drop a 1k, or if you really don't want to spend that 1k, I'm gonna just advise you right now to do it. You can just let him go. Normally, I like to use Shuraiya and counter the first attack, and then I'll decide if I want to counter the second attack from Yamato as well, while protecting Shuraiya once again. Because as soon as you take 2 lives, she just starts abusing her 1-0 yellow cards and can just start using her leader ability of attaching to Rested Dawn. Not only that, this man helps you against 6k leaders, so yeah. Raise Max, and Gordon, I play 4 of each. This is because most of the decks now play 6k power or 7k power, so you maxing out will be able to take away 6k power characters easy, and 7k powers decks can just go with 2 or with your promo law and then 1. Yeah, like 2 of these just takes out Moria, for example, which is one of the biggest weaknesses of the law. Especially in OP-06 when you don't have the Kid and Killer buff. So yeah, I'm playing 4 of each because I really want to see these cards in my hand. Next is Promo Law. I already told you, he pretty much has good synergy by taking away stronger characters. This is gonna be my way of taking stronger characters, just using their synergy. But Law also builds board while depleting power, which is a plus for him. Not only that, he's very good against the Moria matchup specifically. Moria plays a lot of 5k power characters, so you dropping Law makes you automatically be able to bottom deck, in this case Thriller Bar characters, and this means Moria cannot use his ability as well to revive them from trash because they're bottom decked. So yeah, this is Kid. Kid is your best blocker, even better than Shuraiya. This is because Kid just regenerates you Dawn every time you use your ability. He's really good, and you will understand that in AB01 and still here in OP-06, he just has insane synergy with cards like Reiju, cards like Hitokiri Kamazo. Like sometimes you can't really drop much, so him just reviving you one active Dawn compensates a lot when you just drop a character that do not do much, like for example dropping Zoro. He will get the rush, but you will lose Dawn, but he just prevents you from going too low on Dawn, so he's always incredibly good. He's one of the best cards of the deck. Reiju, the way you get consistency, the only way you get consistency, you can think about playing Searcher Law. I'm just gonna advise you not to. He occupies too much space. You can't really afford because he's a 3 cost now, and Sakazuki's and Moria's and whatever just take them away way too easy, way too easily. She can obviously, when it comes to Piranha, still get rested and be attacked over, but at least she gives you the value as soon as you dropped her by drawing 2. Hitokiri Kamazo, he's really good against red color like Zoro that plays a lot of low cost characters. Red Green Law as well. Obviously Red Green Law likes to build board by playing a lot of low cost characters, and this is good against the black color decks because they do like to play searchers. For example, Sakazuki likes to play a searcher with like 2k or 3k power and then just bumping the power up with Hound Blaze. So this guy will just give you an extra removal besides your leader ability, which will help you clear out the board as well. He can also, for example, in the green color, take away Rosinante because he's a 1 cost 1k blocker, so you can just make sure that you take more blockers even. Like, this is just a really good card all around. I really am liking abusing it. Ayn, while Bon Clay is not here, Ayn is our best option. She just gives you rested on as soon as you drop her, so not much to talk about. Shashi and Penguin, another card I don't need to talk about, 2k counter as well as regenerating you 2 rested on if you are 3 or less. Not only that, I'm telling you now, this ability will come more handy here in OP-06 and AB01 because thanks to the aggression of the deck, especially in AB01 with Kid and Killer, you will be lower on Dawn most of the time, much lower than before, than in OP-05. So his ability can be much more handy actually in AB01, but for now he's on OP-06, still very good, and will always probably be on the red purple law deck. And next and final is Bepo. Again, he's a really good card. I mean, every time he swings he will be regenerating a Dawn, so yeah, there's not much to explain. Now the 2 cards I want to talk about a little bit, just to make this video super quick, is the Fire Fist and the Blocker Law. The Fire Fist, why am I not playing like 2 Fire Fists and taking away 2 Raise Max? You can still use it, and I am still thinking about using. I have here very many versions of the deck. As you can see, I'm playing here. Like, I'm just trying around, but for what I saw, the difference is not much. Pretty much a Fire Fist only comes up when you try to KO a Rebecca, as well as reducing the 4k power on a character, so you can bottom deck it. I realized that most of the time when they play Mario to play Rebecca, you don't necessarily need to KO Rebecca, so the 2 Dawn that you use on the Fire Fist, you can just put 2 of these and then bottom deck the Moria, which is the actual problem. If you can take away the 9k swing, you take so much pressure off you. So I decided to just play 4 of each, and yeah, but you can still use Fire Fist, it still is good. No, but for example, another case you could use Fire Fist is on the green color, because they most of the time play Film Luffy, which is a 7k. You could potentially just bottom deck it, but again, I just prefer maxing out because it just helps on other colors. On all of the other colors, this is better, and then when it comes to black and green, and like maybe yellow, but yellow again, you just need these. So I just max out on these and leave Fire Fist out. I'm gonna use 2 cards from hand to bottom deck a Moria, I understand that. And Blocker Law, you can still think about Blocker Law. For example, a way I would think about it is like maxing out the 2k counter here that you prefer, and then taking the other one away, that's at 2 copies, and then play 2 copies of Blocker Law. This will help you against matchups like Yamato, sometimes even Zoros and Red Purple Luffy's that will have a good amount of big swings, so he would just be another blocker. He would also be good against Yellow, but to be honest, the time you start, if you play him at late game, that means pretty much you are desperate, and if you play him at mid game, you pretty much would prefer to play anything else, maybe more aggression and remove. So what I prefer is not play him, play more 2k counters, so I just counter out of early sinks, and then I just go all offensive. But obviously his effect of taking away 2 cards if your opponent is at 7 or more cards in hand is still good. I just prefer, instead of being reliant on him to take away those 2 cards, I prefer to be aggressive, and you will be playing like this in AB01, so I'm just anticipating it on OP-06. You will be just making a lot of swings because this man just builds a lot of board, and you take away your opponent's cards in hand by just making swings sometimes on board. Like, you just control your attacks on board or on live to try and bait out the cards. So you need to make a more early preparation to the end game. That's pretty much just it. So yeah, I just decided to play more 2Ks. I just love these two, so I'm playing 3 of each. So yeah, this was the deck list. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you. Sorry if I talk too fast. You can always ask me anything in the comments. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and goodbye.